Hello and welcome to today's video. I have got two finishes for you. One surprised me a bit. I didn't think I was going to get a lot of knitting done for this week because I've had a deadline that I worked flat out on all weekend. But we'll come to that in a minute. So I made a decision about another project. I made some good progress. I've got an update on something I bought last week, or something that arrived last week, and I got some new yarn, and I have a special offer for you. So lots to talk about in today's episode of the Confessions of a Yarn Addict podcast. If you are new here, my name is Anniken. I design knitting patterns. I teach knitting workshops online and in person, and I sell yarn through my website yarnaddict.co.uk. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. Subscribing is free for you, but it helps me a lot to build my channel. Liking the video and commenting also helps me a lot. I'm a little bit behind on comments still. I've been behind for the last few weeks, but we've had a lot going on, so I will catch up, I promise. So if you haven't been watching the last couple of episodes, we had a family bereavement nearly 2 weeks ago, and as a result I had to pull out of Unravel last week. So if you were at Unravel last weekend in Surrey, let me know what you thought of it. Was it good? What was your highlights? It was supposed to be my first time back since 2019, so I was quite sad we had to pull out, but there was just no way we could have done it. I wasn't able to send out a newsletter last week because there is a new rule when it comes to newsletter from Gmail and Yahoo, I think it is. Basically, it's to do with the back end of newsletters, how your email address you're sending from is verified. So I've been working on that for the last few weeks to try and set that up so I can carry on sending newsletters. And I thought I'd got it all sorted. And then last week when I went in to write my newsletter, on the day I sent it out, it was probably not the greatest idea. It wouldn't let me send it, or it wouldn't let me into my newsletter to actually write it. So I emailed the provider and again and asked them, and they told me I needed some more information, which I tried to get and emailed that to them, and then I heard on Monday, I think it was, that it's all working and I should be able to send out a newsletter this week. I tried it yesterday and I can at least get in. So I normally say make sure you sign up to a newsletter because that's where you're going to find out and not miss out on anything. But last week the only place you would find the information was on my social media, which is linked below this video, and on here. But the newsletter should be back up and running this week, so make sure you signed up. But because I wasn't able to send out a newsletter last week, I'm going to extend the special offer. It's due to end on the 1st of March. So until the 5th of March you can get 10% off all my online courses, which includes continental knitting, stranded colourwork and steeking, successful socks, successful lace knitting, successful brioche and finishing techniques. I'm always wondering whether I'm going to remember all of them. So you can get 10% off those. They are self-guided, so you can work in your own time and at your own pace. Even if you can't start yet, you'll get 10% off, so it's a good time to buy now. And then you get indefinite access, and you can work in your own time and at your own pace, and I'm there to answer questions along the way. So if you have questions, even though it's self-guided, I'm there to help you. And I also have 10% off everything in my online shop. That's just some of the Manos yarns. I got loads of Zamball yarns in boxes over there. And I have 25% off all my patterns and Ravelry and Payhip. On my website, as well as yarn, I also have beads for knitting. I have some glamour and colour clutch kits. I said last week I was going to list some more. I didn't get around time to do it. I'm hoping I might be able to do it for tomorrow, but it depends. I'm not sure whether I will have time, and I'm teaching Friday and Saturday. But if not, I will try and list some next week. But you can buy all the yarns separately, and you can buy the pattern on Ravelry or Payhip, and you can buy the clutch kit, the clutch frames and the lining from my website. So you can kind of build your own kit if you prefer. And So 10% off everything on my website. I also have copies of my books, Beaded Lace Knitting and Easy Lace Knits. So lots of stuff on my website if you're interested. The code is Unravel24. So that's all one word, all capital letters. So Unravel24. I'll put it on the screen here as well. And it's valid until the 5th of March. 10% off my website, online courses, and 25% off all my patterns on Ravelry and Payhip. Okay, enough of a plug. So let's talk about what I've been knitting this week. So I said last week that I didn't know whether I was going to have enough time to do enough knitting this week to record a podcast because I had a deadline. Deadline is Friday, I think, so I need to post it on Thursday. And it's Wednesday today when I'm recording this, and it's all blocked. I unpinned it this morning and hung it just on the radiator just to make sure it was completely dry. And then I'm going to hang it on my dress form when I go downstairs in a minute, and then take all my measurements and stuff like that this afternoon, and finish the pattern tomorrow, hopefully. That's my plan anyway. Having a bit of a printer problem at the moment, and I've still got some stuff I need to print off for my workshop on Friday and Saturday, so I'm having a slight panic about that, but we'll deal with that after this. This deadline design is basically in 3 pieces, if you like. So I finished the back, which is the biggest piece, on Wednesday last week, I think, Thursday morning. Cast them for the first half of the other pieces on Thursday afternoon. I saw a friend on Friday for lunch and a few hours of knitting, and I got loads of knitting done then, and I nearly finished the first piece on Friday. I finished it Saturday, cast on for the second piece on Saturday. I think I actually finished all of it by Thursday, Wednesday. So I finished it all on Monday. So I'd worked out how many repeats I need to do a day, and I'd worked out if I did 7 repeats a day, I'd finish it by this morning, well, by last night. So I finished it on Sunday, finished all knitting on Sunday, and then I did all the sewing up and weaving in ends and all that kind of stuff on Monday, and blocked it, and it's taken like 2 days to dry. But it's winter, and I blocked it in like 2 layers because I blocked it after I sewed it up, which is probably not the best idea. So I was really pleased I finished that so quickly. So once I finished that, I quickly grabbed this sweater, which I was going to wear today, but I don't want this fluff all over my black jumper. And I'm also quite warm because I worked out and then just showered and got dressed and stuff and started filming, so I'm still quite a bit warm from my workout. But I finished my lavender sweater that I've been working on lately, and when I put it on, when I finished it, I was sitting in the lounge on Monday night, I think I finished it. Yes, Monday night. And Simon said, oh, it's a bit short. And I knew it's a bit shorter than my pink one. It's the same one as my pink one, but I've made a few changes. So it is a bit shorter than my pink one. Hang on, which way is the right side up? Which, if you've been watching my videos, you will have seen this loads because I wear it all the time because I love it. So it's a bit shorter than this one. It's also, the neckline is a bit shorter, and I thought I'd knitted the neckline to the same length, but it's a bit shorter. So I had to do fewer rounds for the neckline edging, which I love, by the way. And otherwise, and the sleeves are narrower. I made the armhole depth a bit shorter because this one's got quite wide sleeves, and I didn't want them as wide on the other one. So the sleeves are narrower. This will be available as a pattern at some point, but I don't know when. I still need to write up the pattern and then do test knitting and stuff. So what I'm hoping to do is hopefully get the pattern done in March. I've been saying that since what, October? And then get the test knitting done over like the spring, summer, and then release it probably in like September. That's what I'm thinking. But I was wearing this on Friday, this pink one, because I was meeting a friend. So I was driving like nearly an hour to meet a friend. So on Friday, I drove to Plymouth. I went to a phlebotomy lab in a hotel. They've got one set up in a hotel there for blood test. Oh, that was so much better than my local surgery. And then I drove to meet my friend on the other side of Plymouth and sat in the coffee shop there all for about 4.5 hours, I guess. Had lunch, we chatted. I kept this jumper on the whole time because it was a bit chilly in there. And then I drove home. And then I didn't wear it over the weekend, I don't think. And then I picked it up on Monday evening to kind of compare, because when Simon said the length was shorter on the lilac one, I was going to knit it shorter, but I thought I knitted almost the same length, but I knew they was maybe a little bit shorter, but I wasn't sure how much. So I picked this sweater up and look what's happened to the sleeve. I have no idea what this is. If you know what this is, let me know. Oh, can you see it? I don't know if you can. So basically on the sleeve, where is it there? There is this like patch that's gone all white and very thin, like very, very thin. So this is alpaca silk and a tiny bit of merino, like 5% or something merino. So I'm wondering whether it's stripped basically all the alpaca and merino off and just left the silk. But it's like a patch on my arm. It's about elbow. It's about my elbow. So I must have touched something, but I don't know what I've touched. No idea what I've touched. It's quite a big patch. It goes from like, yeah, it's probably like 10 centimeters, but it's only on the back. The other side of the sleeve is fine. So what I've decided to do, because I love this sweater and I do have another ball of yarn left, so what I've decided to do is I'm basically gonna, well, first I thought I would chop off the whole sleeve and re-knit it, but I think I'm gonna go back to like, probably like, yeah, so I need to go back to, I think I'm going to do a separate video on this. I need to go back to about there and then re-knit it. But then I thought, do I need to re-knit the whole thing, or do I just cut it here and re-knit the bit between my fingers? But there's not that much left. I think I might as, and then graft it, I was thinking. But I think I might as well just go back up here, or maybe do the whole sleeve. I haven't decided yet. I might do a video on that actually, explain how I'm going to do it, but I have no idea what that is. And it's not happened anywhere else, because I thought, is it just like worn out because I'm like resting my arm? But it's not like that, because that's what I was worried about. I thought, is it like I've been resting my arm? Is it just like too thin? But it hasn't happened on this other side, although it's a little bit, I don't know, maybe it is just wear and tear. I don't know, but I'm quite upset about it because I wear this sweater all the time and I love it. And obviously I've now knitted it again in a different colour. First I thought maybe I got bleach or some kind of cleaning products on it, but I haven't worn it when I've been cleaning. So I don't know, but anyway, this is finished. I will try and get some video of this on so you can see what it looks like, because I'm not putting it on here and I can't really show you what it looks like here anyway because I haven't got space. So let me see if I can give you a look at what this sweater looks like. I'm going to do it in portrait because it's easier. I can't find my selfie stick at the moment. Sleeve length is okay because I think it will relax a little bit. I haven't blocked this or anything like that. Neckline I'm happy with. Neckline is smaller than my other one. I don't quite know why. Happy with the sleeves. They're not as balloony as the other ones. But yeah, the length is kind of middle of my backside, so I think that's okay. I'm very happy with it. I think I'm gonna wear it this weekend probably and then see what I think of it. I can always lengthen it later if I decide I don't like the length of it. Then I also knitted a little bit on my socks. We went out on Saturday or Sunday? Sunday I think it was. To two small villages in just opposite, just near Plymouth. It's basically across the water from Plymouth almost, called Kingston and Corson. They're two villages right next to each other. They kind of run into each other. I know Corson is on the right, Kingston is on the left. I don't know when you walk through when you go from one to the other. So everyone just says Kingston and Corson. But they're lovely fishing villages. We had a walk through there, and then we went to this really lovely coffee shop restaurant place and sat outside because we had the dog with us. And I did quite a bit of knitting then, so I'm not sure where I was last week because I didn't put a marker in, but I was probably like down by here somewhere. So I've done quite a lot of knitting on this. This is Simon's sock. The yarn is something I got in Norway, and it is Darlagan Vime sock yarn. So that's what I'm knitting in. It's a DK sock yarn, so it's going a bit quicker. But I'm teaching at the Knitting Hotel this weekend on Friday and Saturday. So I'll take this with me and I might get some done on Friday evening. I was keeping my lilac sweater in here. This is my Ho He & Co. Square patch bag, I think it's called. I did a review of this which went live on my channel on Tuesday this week, so I will link that below. But since my lilac sweater came out of this, I put this sweater in. Last week I had knitted I've done the top bit on front and back in this yarn, and I only had one skein, and then I knitted a few rows on the back with this one, but I wasn't sure because originally I'd planned to use this one, so I did a few rows on the front in this one just to see which one I liked the best. And I kind of like this one the best, I think, but I also quite like the other one. So I asked you guys last week, and I know I haven't read all the comments from last week, but the ones I have read all said this one, which is kind of what I was leaning towards. So I ripped back the back, actually ripped the front and the back, ran this back into a ball, ripped off all this, unraveled all the stuff I knitted. I'm going to use this for socks, possibly cast on for socks when I go to Norway in 2 weeks, not long to go now. And then I actually unraveled the fronts as well, so I could start on the back. Because I have limited amounts of yarn, I want to be very careful to make sure I have enough. So I'm doing the back first, and then I am weighing the yarn regularly, so I work out how much I need for every 2 rows, and then I can work out when I need to stop to do the fronts to match. So I can't stretch this out because I've stopped mid-row and the rows are quite long, so I can't stretch it out properly, but you can see what the colour looks like. So originally what I did was I just knitted in this colour, but when I'd ripped it back and started again, I decided to stripe it. So to start with, this is the colour I knitted the top bit is in. This is the main colour for the top bit here. So to start with, I striped this. Where is it? That's the wrong side. Let me show you the right side so it looks a bit better. Seems like I've stopped halfway through a wrong side row. Anyway, so to start with, I striped it with this and the turquoisey one. So I did 6 rows of this, and then I weighed it, and I want to make sure I have a little bit left over as a safety margin. So I've saved the rest for the fronts. And then this one here, this pink here, was from a mini skein set. So the yarn is all from Pixie Yarns, and I got some of her mini skein sets last year. And the summer solstice mini skein set, I think it was, one of them I used for swatching, which I don't know what's happened to my swatch, but it was almost like I think it was almost like veering towards orange. I'm just trying to see if I can see my swatch anywhere, because I have them hung up on the wall, but I don't know what's happened to the swatch. But anyway, and I wasn't that keen on this. I used that for swatching. And then I used one mini skein for this bit. So this is it's the second, this is the third mini skein set in that. This is the one that kind of comes after that one. So I'm striping that one in now. So that's the slightly brighter one here. And then the next one in this mini skein set, and the last one is that one, which is quite bright, so I may or may not use that one. But then I also have, apologies for the rustling, I have this mini skein set, which is the Spring Equinox, which is solid, but it's the same yarn I'm knitting with. And then I have this one, which is also the Spring Equinox, but it's speckled, but it's sparkly. So I kind of want to use the speckled yarn because the other yarn is speckled, but I don't know if I want to use this sparkly yarn. So I haven't decided which one of these two I'm going to stripe in next. And then I also have this one, which is the Yule Solstice set. She also did a winter equinox, I think it was. So it was spring equinox, summer solstice, autumn equinox, winter equinox and winter solstice, I think, Yule solstice. I think there were 5 altogether. I didn't buy the autumn one, nearly bought the winter one, but I ended up just getting this one instead. Kind of wish I had got the winter one now. I can't remember what colours they were. She did some like pre-orders in January for people who missed that, so I could have ordered them, but I didn't. I kind of regret that now. But anyway, the colours I've used so far, the ones in this one and this one are all one-offs, so I can't get any more of those. So let's see if I've got enough. I think I worked out I would have enough, but I'm not 100% sure. So anyway, that's going well. I'm hoping to finish this before I go to Norway, because I was thinking it'd be quite good to wear as like a travel cardigan that I can take on and off easily while I'm traveling, because I don't tend to wear my coat inside when I'm traveling, so it's going to be too warm to wear my coat on the train and going through London on the tube and at the airport. I will need it when I get to Oslo, because we're landing quite like 9 in the evening, and then we're getting the train to my parents, so that could be quite cold, so I will wear it then. But I was thinking I would need something to wear going on the train going through London. I was thinking about taking my pink jumper or this one. I kind of feel like the pink one looks better at me because it's brighter, and I do think I look better in brighter colours, which is why I'm a little bit worried about knitting this in such a pale colour, because when I've been filming I kind of see myself wearing different coloured tops. I know I wear black a lot, but because I have a lot of black tops, but I feel like I look better in brighter colours rather than paler colours. But I might take this one to Norway because it folds, it's really light, it's less than 300 grams, and it does fold up relatively small. And I put it in a packing cube, squeeze out the air, and then put it in the bottom of my backpack when I'm not wearing it. So last week I shared that I got these pouches from Botanical Yarns. I wasn't sure what I was going to use it for. Well, I started wearing contact lenses, and I'm now actually, after 5 trials, I've committed. And I got my first pack of contact lenses this week, and I want to take some to Norway with me. And I need to take 10 days worth. So, and I was thinking, because I don't want to take the whole box because that's a bit bulky. And I was thinking I could do it like putting them in a pouch or something to make sure they don't. What I worry about is that the blister pack is kind of going to puncture. So let me take one out. So I'm worried if like this bit kind of punctures and then all the liquid will run out. Anyway, I don't know whether that will happen, but that's what I'm worried about. So I looked at these and I thought that's us 2 packs for one eye, and that's 2 packs for the other eye. And I thought, I wonder if they'll fit in here, but I think I didn't put them back in again. So this is 10 days worth, the 10 pairs of contact lenses, and they fit perfectly in here. I could probably get a few more in, but I don't know. I think 10 is probably enough. And it fits perfectly, and it gives them a bit more protection, but it doesn't add like a lot of bulk. It's the right shape, right size. So I thought that was perfect. So that's what I'm going to use it for, at least for the time being. So I thought I better share that because I wasn't sure last week what to use it for. Okay, let's share what came this week. So let's share the first thing that came this week, which I don't think I shared last week, because I think it came while I was editing last week's video. I'm teaching a workshop this weekend, Friday and Saturday, at the Knitting Hotel, and it's a 2-day stranded colourwork and steeking workshop, which I normally teach as a 1-day workshop. So in the 1-day workshop, what we normally do is we knit a tube, and then we reinforce the steek, and then we cut it, and then we pick up stitches and knit an edging. Because this is a 2-day workshop, we need more work basically. because I can't stretch out what we'll finish in one day over 2 days. And I also thought it'd be nice to have a project. So I designed this Kindle pouch. So I haven't got my Kindle in here at the moment because I left it in my bedside table, but my Kindle will fit in there. It's got an I-cord at the top with I-cord buttonholes. So the edging on this one, because when you cut the edging, it looks a bit, oh, I haven't woven in that end. I just tucked it inside for the photos and forgot about it. So it has this covered edging at the top, so you can't see the cut edge at all, which is really cool. And then I finished off with an I-cord on this side. I did I-cord buttonholes. On this side, I just cast off. And then I chose these really cute flower buttons. These are from, I'm pretty sure they're from the Textile Garden. I used to, before COVID, every time I went to a show, I would go to the Textile Garden stall and buy like maybe 15-20 pounds worth of buttons, so that when I needed buttons I would have a selection of different colours and sizes and that kind of thing. Well, I haven't seen them at any shows since shows started again after the COVID lockdowns. I haven't seen them at any shows at all. So whether they've been to the same shows as me and I've dismissed them, but I think they were at Unravel, because I'm sure I saw some photos of somebody looking at their store. At least it looked like them. So I'm really annoyed that we couldn't go, because I'm desperate to stock up on some buttons because my button stash is going down. And I look at their website, but it's not so easy to shop for buttons online, I don't think. Anyway, I love Textile Garden, so that's the Kindle pouch. And then I use the same pattern to create some hand warmers. And normally if I was going to knit some hand warmers, I would knit them in the round and not steek them, but obviously this is a steeking workshop, so I have steeked them. So basically what I've done is I put buttons along here, and then you can just undo one button to put it on to allow your finger to pop out. So if I was going to design a pair of hand warmers, that's not how I would have designed them, but this is specifically for the workshop. So this one I just did a regular rib button band, so you can see the cut edge here, which you can cover over with like a ribbon or something. So I've only done one, because I had this deadline and we've had this bereavement, it's just been busy. So I've only done one. I knitted the other one for the smaller size, but I haven't done the finishing on it. And I was going to knit a larger size as well. The pattern is written for 2 sizes, and I was going to knit a larger size. I've knitted this in Lang Merino 120, but I think Belinda's got some yarn from West Yorkshire Spinners for the guest goodie bag. So I ordered some because I thought I will knit the larger one in West Yorkshire Spinners Colour Lab, because I really like Colour Lab. So I ordered grey for the background colour, and then I wasn't sure what to go for the main colours. I ordered these 3 colours. These 2 are Sandra Rhodes. This one is not Colour Lab, but I think it's the same. Oh yeah, it is Colour Lab. It's called Future Dreams for Those Touched by Breast Cancer. So I guess, I don't know whether some of that money goes to fund breast cancer charities or what, I'm not sure, but I like the colours, that's why I bought it. I was thinking I might actually knit socks myself with those. And then I got these 2 Sandra Rhodes colourway, which was a special they did a couple of years ago, I want to say. So they're very similar, but they're different. I've had these in sock yarn, I think, because I think they did it in the, what's their sock yarn called? Can't remember. This is Sandra's Rainbow, and this is Sunset Bouquet. But I haven't had time to cast on yet because I had to finish my deadline project, and then I want to finish a lavender sweater, and then I want to get going on the other cardigan. So I might cast on, I got to do some other stuff tonight because one of my sample knitters is knitting a shawl for me, and I need to work out the edging, which I haven't done yet. So I need to do that today. So I might cast on for one of those, another hand warmer tomorrow, but I won't be able to finish it tomorrow probably, so maybe I just won't cast on for it. I don't know. It's just, last few weeks have just been crazy. And then I've also got another project I need to cast on. So deadline is Friday, but I've had it extended because of circumstances. And that is this yarn, which is Rowan Alpaca Soft DK, which I don't think I've knitted with that before. So I need to cast that on. I'll probably cast that on tomorrow evening, and then not take it with me to the knitting hotel, and then work on it on Sunday, and hopefully finish it on Monday, and then do all the finishing for it and ship it on Tuesday, Wednesday next week. That's my plan. Okay. So that's all the yarn that has arrived, I think. Yes, I haven't ordered any more yarn. Feel like I've had a lot of yarn lately, but 2 lots I actually ordered in January. So the only I've actually ordered this. Oh, I haven't shared this yet. This, which is the best yarn. Okay, so this I ordered last week. I'm so excited about it. So this is the Discreet Unicorn. Now I've known about her for a while, but I've never ordered from her before, and I've had quite a few people on my workshops, especially at the Knitting Hotel, who have been knitting with her yarn. So I keep thinking I must have a look, and then I never get around to it. But one of the last workshops I did at the Knitting Hotel, somebody had her yarn, so I thought, right, I'm going to go and look. And I ended up ordering this one, which is Silver Sparkle DK. Isn't that gorgeous? In Barbie pink. Isn't that gorgeous? And it comes. I also got one of these little unicorns, which I'm going to take off. Actually, I'll take it off later so I don't damage it. I have no idea what I'm going to knit with that, but I just love it. And then I thought, because I wasn't sure to get DK or 4-ply, because in the past I would have always got 4-ply because you got more options with 4-ply, I think. But lately I've been buying more DK because I don't have much of a DK stash. So this is Silver Sparkle sock in 4-ply in the colour Barbie pink. So I got 4-ply and DK in the same colour, and I just love it. I'd love to do a cardigan or a sweater in this, but that might be expensive. And then I also got this one. I can't actually read what the colorway says on this one. Bon Chaps or something. I'm not quite sure what the colorway is. It's a gorgeous bright rainbow color. So this is the high twist sock, which has 425 meters per 100 grams, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. So this will probably become socks at some point. I just thought that was quite good fun. And then I got a little mini as a little extra freebie, sparkly one. Or did it come with one? Yeah, I think this must have been a freebie, I'm not sure. So that's all that has arrived this week, and that's all I've been knitting this week. And it's been a busy week. Next week's going to be just as busy. So on Tuesday this week, I said that I did a review on my Ho-He & Co. bag. So that went up on Tuesday this week. Next week on Tuesday, there's going to be a video talking about my latest design in the Knitting magazine, issue 399. I'm not sure. I left it downstairs. I mentioned it in the video last week, and then the sample. I mentioned it last week, and then I remembered that I actually recorded a video showcasing the sample before I sent it off. So I recorded a video showing you the sample and what they look like in the magazine, and like a preview of the magazine, if you like. That magazine is in the shops now. I think it's been in the shops for a week. My video on that issue will be out on Tuesday next week, and then there'll be a podcast next Thursday, and probably the following Thursday, and then there might be a week without a podcast, but we'll see. So next week I will be mostly tying up loose ends work-wise. I'm only working Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday next week. Thursday we have the funeral. Friday, because my daughter's going to be home, my husband's off work, I'm going to try and take Friday off. Then I'm teaching on Saturday. Then I'm relaxing on Sunday because it's Mother's Day. And I don't know whether the girls are going to be here. I think they might be going back on Tuesday. And then I'm going to work on Monday. Then I'm going to Norway on Tuesday. So it's going to be busy. So I'm actually going to put out of hours on my emails on Wednesday, because I'm not working till the Monday. If I don't have time to get back to everyone straight away, I've got a little bit of leeway kind of thing. And then I'm in Norway for 10 days. So I'm really excited. I'm going with my daughter. We had quite a lot of fun when we travelled together. So I'm quite excited about that. Only going for 10 days, which means I get 8 days in Norway. I thought we were going for 12 days and I get 10 days in Norway, but it's 10 days, 8 days in Norway. I wish it was longer, but at least I'll be able to go and see my parents. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. And if you have subscribed, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And if you have any comments to make or want to share your opinion about anything I've knitted in today's video, anything I talked about in today's video, do leave me a comment below. If I don't reply straight away, I am working my way through the replies. And I love the fact that I'm getting so many replies. That's really exciting. Make sure you check out my review of the Ho-He & Co. bag, and I'll link that below. And I'll also link a couple of videos on the screen here for you to check out. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time.